Hello, everybody. Welcome to the College Stick. I am Bree. This is Ben. Let's go.
Some intense action this week. Lots to talk about, including some clinched titles already.
That's a little early, isn't it?
It does feel that way, but both of these teams have been dominant in their conferences this season. So we had Oklahoma and UCLA both clinching their regular season titles for the SEC for Oklahoma and Big Ten for UCLA. So congratulations to both teams. A job well done. Be interesting to see how the postseason plays out now.
Yeah.
Going right into the scores, we had Oklahoma just missing the 198 mark for the first time in 4
That's not
weeks.
like them.
I know, right? Like that was a little weird. They could have done it too. They had a couple gymnasts on the floor that could have pushed them over that 198 mark, but just fell ever so slightly short. LSU is fairly dominant against Alabama there, getting about a tenth every rotation. It seemed like. Um, UCLA sub 197. That was kind of a surprise. I haven't seen that in a little while. And then Georgia and Kentucky, another great matchup for Kentucky again.
Yeah, they have done this the last 3 weeks now. It's come down to the last couple gymnasts, really. I mean, they were really, really close, and they're ranked 22 now, I think. I think they're ranked 22 now. They're just really, really are an awesome team, and they're building. This is their building year, I think. So we'll see them for sure next year.
Yeah, yeah. And then Missouri bested Arkansas. That was a good one to watch. Nice close meet. So that was a fun one. And then Stanford above a 198 for only the second time in program history.
Yeah, that's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Hey, did you forget a top 10 team?
Did I? Who did I forget?
Hmm. Florida. Who the heck did they play
Oh,
against?
yeah. Yeah, it was one of those where a top 10 team plays three other teams that aren't even ranked in the top 25. That was something else.
More on
I
that later.
Yeah, no surprise they won. Awesome, but we did have some tens this week.
Yes, Kaylin Chio on beam again. Still needs the bar routine for her gym slam. Sky Blakely on beam. Finally. You want to see that wolf turn, Ben?
Oh
Because you
man,
can't.
I was so excited. I was like, she finally got the 10 on beam. And we had such a hard time finding it on TV because, we already talked about that. And we tuned in. Finally, we found it on the tube.
And the broadcast sucked.
It was awful. It was awful. We completely missed out on a wolf turn. Maybe the wolf turn of the season. It could have been. We don't know. We didn't see it. So, but she got a 10. Nice job, Sky.
More on this broadcast thing later. But Anna Roberts, 10 on vault.
Say what?
Yeah. First 10 of her career, which is just shocking because we talked about how consistent she is, but man, she's so awesome. I know she was really emotional after that vault.
Isn't she a senior?
She is a senior.
Yeah. Man, better late than never, right?
I know. Hopefully she's got more coming her way this year.
Yeah.
Other notables, Connor McLean, 9975, another emotional routine that we saw. I did see a really tiny little shoulder dip, which would account for the 9975, but she should get that 10. So, um,
Yeah, it was emotional. And she set up Kaylin for her 10, right? Isn't that what they said?
that's what they said. Anyway, Lily Smith, let's talk.
Yeah. So Georgia versus Kentucky. And it ended up being a lot closer than we thought it was going to be. And I think part of that is the fact that Lily Smith is out. She injured her left foot during floor warmups. Luckily, it didn't seem to be too major. They weren't like carting her off in a stretcher or anything like that, but she did have a boot and crutches on. We saw that on the sidelines there. No indications how long she'll be out. But obviously with how close that meet went against Kentucky, Georgia really needs her back as soon as possible. They're coming up. They have Missouri coming up and Alabama, so they'll need her back in the lineup. And guess I'll have to wait for my yoga.
If I'm speculating, which I am, it looked like she may have tweaked her ankle when she landed on a leap. And an ankle injury, so I know exactly what that's like to have something like that happen. So recover quick, Lily. Keep that ice on there.
Yeah, get back
Hey,
soon.
how about them all around winners though, huh?
Yeah, the all arounds. Let's look into those. Addison Feda again for Oklahoma, Kalen Chio for LSU, and Jordan Childs for UCLA. It's like a broken record every week, just over and over and over again. But for Arkansas, Allison Cucci, the freshman,
Super solid. Just so awesome. A lot of good things coming her way. I'm really excited about her future career. She's great.
and back to Anna Roberts. Look at how dominant her all around was. She was the highest all around score this week.
That was awesome. She was it 995 on everything and a 10?
Yeah, nothing below 995. I'd say that's a all in a day's work, if you ask me.
That's awesome. Good for her.
Yep. Awesome. Any bitches, gripes, and complaints this week?
Let's talk more about this broadcasting thing that I promised. When I used to watch gymnastic back in the 90s and early 2000s, the broadcast looked exactly the same as it does now. What is wrong with that? We had not only did we have old cameras or something that we've been seeing, uh, not just this week, but the entire season and a couple of years. But then we had a camera woman, I think it was a camera woman, that kept putting the camera on the back of the coach's head. There were at least 3 beam dismounts that we didn't know if they stuck it or not because the camera was focused on her freaking head.
That was the Missouri meet, by the way.
How is that okay? Or in the LSU meet, there was a camera that was yellowish.
Yeah.
Did they just take that out of like the AV closet and dust it off from 1997 and say, "That'll do. It's just women's gymnastics." Okay, I think I'm
I
done
feel
here.
you. I feel you. Yeah. And again, like looking at that Florida quad, like what the heck, man? Hey, if you're gonna make Florida, compete against 3 teams that are, not even in the top 25, can they at least host it, please?
It would have been a better broadcast, but still not the quality of men's basketball, men's football. I could go on, but I won't. I'll stop there. Pinned.
One thing I thought that was really cool, speaking of telecast, I thought when ESPN showed us KJ Kindler's formula for the beam,
Oh,
I thought that was a
yeah.
really nice
It was
addition.
actually strategy in gymnastics.
I hope we see more of that. It was really interesting to look behind the curtain and see kind of what she does. We'll throw it up for you here, just so you can look and see. But yeah, just she goes with stability in the front, and then she throws her roll of the dice in the middle, and then tries to follow it up with some more reliable athletes after that. Really cool just to kind of see that.
She's got her shit figured out.
Obviously.
Hey, do you want to talk about topic of the week? Is Iowa State. We have Iowa State news. Do we have any?
Yeah, we do, and we've been sitting on this for a little while, so we're definitely overdue getting this out. But yeah, looking at the Iowa State situation, just to go back and go over the timeline real quick. So February 5th, they canceled their meet against West Virginia. Right? They said they didn't have enough athletes to safely
To
compete. I
safely
believe
compete. What does that
safely
mean?
compete. Yeah, that was a little weird. Um, Next thing you know, they canceled their season on February 8th. We touched on this a little bit in previous broadcasts. And then there was a big call for transparency because the athletic department in Iowa State wasn't really putting out a lot of information. So a lot of alumni were coming forward. They said they were getting a lot of vague answers. And we had a hero kind of come out recently, and in the last couple of weeks, USA Today has published a couple articles. They're actually like on the case, if you will.
Yeah, Danielle Lerner and her team have been writing articles, staying on it, interviewing alumni, as Ben had mentioned, and really kind of digging into it. Did you see there was stuff about financial issues?
Yeah. Yeah, so they were saying that there was going to be a $147 million financial deficit at Iowa State University in the athletic department um, from now until 2031, I believe they said. I don't understand how you can be operating at a loss when you're a Division I school.
Yeah, where is the funding going? Or like, what they say? Football and men's football, I was saying men's basketball
Men's
were the
basketball,
only
yeah,
sports that hadn't lost money.
hadn't lost money. Yeah, and they said $1.4 million lost on women's gymnastics alone. Now the question is, obviously they're not getting funded then, right? I mean, so I think there was some had an insider information about the how their facilities are in disrepair, and it was just man, they've uncovered a lot here with
Yeah,
USA
one
Today.
one thing here said that there's no air conditioning in the practice facilities, no trampolines beneath the pits, and the foam pits. Yeah, that's what it said. Yeah, the foam pits didn't have the trampolines at the bottom for shock absorption, and then like the local gymnastics club was using the facility at night, but no air conditioning. It's a Division 1 school. There's no air conditioning in your gym.
Yeah, yeah, and then there was another article that came out that cited internal conflicts.
One of the quotes said irreconcilable differences. Are they getting a divorce? What is happening here?
Yeah, hopefully we start seeing articles where people are now held accountable. So, one thing I can say is when I first heard about the safety thing, I thought in Larry Nasser, and I said, "Oh, please let this not be another one of these things." And it looks like it's not. So thank goodness for
And
that.
that's the problem with the lack of transparency is that people are going to keep speculating. So we don't want to do that, and we hope that more news comes out to, help these young women because they're lost right now. They're in purgatory with their scholarships. So we'll keep you updated if we hear anything. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program for this piece of breaking news.
Yeah, out of USA Today, um, Danielle Lerner just published another story, and apparently, Iowa State athletics is canceling, or I guess
He's firing everybody.
I guess they're shutting down their gymnastics program.
Yeah, yeah, this guy is a real piece of work. So go ahead and check out the link in the description and you'll see what we mean.
Yeah, she's referring to athletics director Jamie Pollard, I believe his name is, and his video kind of left me with more questions than answers. So, um, yeah, I guess just stay tuned and
I'll choose my words carefully. So decide for yourself.
yeah, absolutely. Glad we can touch on that.
I
And
don't
that
want you to be upset though. Do you want a wolf turn? You want me to give you a wolf turn?
that would be great. I never turned down a good wolf turn.
All right, here you go. Here's Olivia Ahern. You like it? It's a good
Perfect.
one? All
Love it.
right. All right.
Love it.
I don't want you to feel sad.
Gee, that was her second good wolf turn of that meet, by
And
the way. She had an even better one on the
but
beam, but then she
oh,
fell
yeah, we
off the
can't show
beam.
that one.
So
All
yeah,
right. It wasn't Auburn's meat. All right, that's a different story.
that's it. But that leads us to our college stick salute. And who is it this week, Bree? Of
It's Danielle Lerner and her team on USA Today. Yeah,
course.
so they've been keeping us updated and keep searching for the truth. So we salute you.
Yeah, keep up the good work because a lot of people have questions and not everybody is looking for those answers, unfortunately. So also looking into the rankings for this week.
Did anything
Uh,
change, Ben? Did anything?
No, it's zero movement, right? Like we're getting so far into the season that it's really hard to make a move with NQS and averages and everything. We have the same teams, a little bump up in NQS for each team, but the same teams in the same positions, along with the same individual athletes ruling their apparatus. And yeah, no movement there. So
All right, let's move on to what to watch next week.
yep, we have Oklahoma versus Arkansas, number 1 versus number 8, UCLA versus Stanford, number 5 versus number 10, and then Georgia versus Missouri. I hope Lily's back because that'll be a good one. Looking forward to it.
All right, that's it for this week. So thanks for watching. See you next time.
Yep, see you next week.